Society is a paradox. We debate for the sake of debating, which undermines the very notion of debate, the purpose. When we make fun of things, we don't acknowledge that we need those things to make fun of. Like even all this woke stuff. Now there's all this comedy coming out. But they wouldn't have this material if they didn't have like something that sucks, right? So something has to suck for you to make fun of it. It's kind of like Taoism, rich people do it too. They think that they can be rich without poor people. Entrepreneurs make fun of their employees as if they don't need employees in order to be entrepreneurs, right? Like the rich think that if everyone worked as hard as they think they work, that everyone could be rich, right? But really they would just have to try harder. So they don't acknowledge these things. I don't think they're supposed to, and that's because everyone that's rich is more left hemisphere emphasized, and the left hemisphere does not recognize or acknowledge the right hemisphere. So people that are really left hemisphere emphasized aren't going to be able to see the perspective of someone that's relatively right hemisphere emphasized, which is all the poor people and the indigenous people. So and also rich people might call like poor people lazy, but they really mean is like they don't want to jump through all the bureaucratic hoops, and that's a left hemisphere thing. Whereas they get like a reward, a mental reward every time they jump through a bureaucratic hoop. Whereas we're just like, oh, I'm glad it's over with, right? You have to pay a bill or something like that. All the bureaucratic stuff. That's like a hidden advantage that they're not acknowledging. The world is excessively bureaucratic and excessively technical. And if you're not like that, you're at a disadvantage. And then the older people that are successful, they're also compartmentalized because they don't acknowledge how much more complicated it is now if they don't have to deal with it. No one really cares until it actually happens to them, or they can't understand. So rich people will call poor people lazy, right? But they're actually the ones that are physically lazy, and that's how the world is kind of opposite land. You can see it with how Israel is calling, Jewish people hostages, but they don't consider the prisoners that they have, the Palestinian prisoners that are treated really poorly. Those aren't considered hostages. Or just the whole idea of Zionism where they're better than everyone else. Well, anti-Semitism is really a confession. It's just like a narcissist, right? So the ultra left hemisphere emphasize are kind of narcissistic, and they don't acknowledge anything that's outside of their realm. And you can't reason with it. It's almost like if they're too left hemisphere emphasized, you can't even it's like trying to reason with a snake or something like that. The snake's just gonna keep trying to bite you. It might even say the opposite. You can even call it out on it, but it won't ever break character, and it'll just drive you insane. And the only thing you can do to win is not to play.